Alright, we're back with another video. This time we're talking about interpret units and formulas, and then we've got some notes over here that you might or might not use. But the first step is always to read the problem. So consider the formula F equals N times M divided by P, where F represents fertility of soil, N represents the amount of nutrients in the soil, M represents the moisture in the soil, and P represents the pollutants in the soil. Select an appropriate measurement for the fertility of the soil. So N tells us that we've got nutrients, and we're multiplying nutrients times M, and it says that M represents moisture. So we got nutrients times moisture. Make sure I spell it right. So I'm just recreating it, and rather than write the letter, I'm just writing what the letter represents. P divided by P, P represents the pollutants. And then I just look to see which of those matches what I've got over here. Nutrients times moisture, no. Nutrients times moisture, no. Nutrients times moisture, yes. Divided by pollutants, correct. Done. So a lot of substituting. Didn't even have to use fractions really. Okay, carrot yield denoted by Y can be defined as a function of the number of expected carrots denoted by C and the number of plants denoted by P using this formula. So we got Y equals 2C divided by P. Select the appropriate measurement unit for carrot yield. Well, 2 times C, which is carrots, divided by P, which is plants. Looking at the options, double the carrots divided by number of plants. Carrots divided by plants. Done. Okay, here it tells us to consider the formula R equals V divided by C times T, where R equals infection, V equals the number of viruses in the cell, C represents number of cells, T represents time, and is represented in hours. So let's just go ahead and substitute. So we got the formula right here. So V equals viruses divided by C equals number of cells, and C is getting multiplied to T, which represents time, which is time in hours. Now I'm looking at the options. Looks like option A is the option, viruses divided by cells times hours, and in fact it is. And that's how you interpret units and formulas. Good luck. And I'm back because we didn't do any examples with fractions, and I finally found one that had fraction in it, so you might see something like this. Let's go ahead and read it. Power, denoted by P, can be defined as a function of work and time using this formula. So you have P equals W times T, and then it says work is measured in kilograms times meters squared divided by seconds squared, and time is measured in seconds. So we're going to have to do some substituting for W and T. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's substitute for W. So we've got W is kilograms times meters squared over seconds squared, and that's getting divided by, or I'm going to go ahead and write it like this. That's getting divided by time, which is measured in seconds. And so now I'm going to use this fraction. So when I'm dividing fractions, I leave the first part the same. So we're just going to leave kilograms times meters squared divided by seconds squared the same. And then the second part of the fraction, so the B divided by C part, we flip, and then we just multiply straight across. So if I wrote S as a fraction, it'd be S divided by 1. And if I flipped it, the 1 would go in the numerator, S would go in the denominator. Now I can multiply straight across. So we've got kg times m squared times 1, which is just kg times m squared. Don't even need to write the times 1. And then we've got s squared times s. When I multiply bases that are the same, I just add them up. Add up how many are being multiplied. There's 2 being multiplied here. There's 1 being multiplied here. Total, there's 3 being multiplied. And now I'm just looking for this answer right here. And it looks like it's right here. Boom. 4 examples in 5 minutes. Not bad.